Hello and welcome back to the Henchman story. On the last episode, we began our assault on Lord Bedlum's lair. We had a fight with Chef Antonio and the other henchmen on, kitchen duty. Shining Nova taking out all the other henchmen, whereas us ourselves took out Chef Antonio. And he was pretty powerful for a man of his stature. But yes, so we left there and we ran into Lord Bedlum and the rest of the henchmen right now. So currently what we're dealing with. And hopefully we can manage to escape this unharmed or unscathed. Well, both really, I guess. As I skidded to a halt in front of her, I rise to one knee and angled my shield towards the charging henchman, forming a one-man shield wall. Behind me, Nova crouches down with both arms raised. I hear a series of mechanisms lock into place as Nova reveals a whole armory's worth of weaponry. Seeing what's happening, the henchmen fire their weapons with renewed fervor. But what doesn't miss entirely collides harmlessly with my shield, leaving Nova free to take aim and brace herself, completely unbraided.
Just remember, this was your call.
With that, Nova unleashes a barrage of return fire, so all-encompassing that it changes the lighting of the whole damn hallway. By the time it dies down, what few henchmen that are left standing have dropped their weapons and decided to flee in terror.
Nice job. That was clean. You're getting the hang of this.
Thank you. It's natural talent. Oscar's a skill.
Princess of Europa.
I still can't believe I have to say that every time.
Yeah, please fix that. Meanwhile, I notice that the last person hasn't fled. Lord Bedlum himself.
Where are you going, comrades? The battle has just begun! Get back here! Get back here and protect me! I mean, destroy this corrupt pawn of society!
I don't know what it is about Lord Bedlum, but he somehow manages to have so much charisma.
Oh, I don't think they're coming back, buddy. It's down to you.
Okay, put on a good show, please, sir.
Yes, it is down to me. Just as it always has been, as it always shall be. I, Lord Bedlum, stand alone against this sickly, rotten society.
And what you gonna do about it?
I, Lord Bedlum, stand against you, an enforcer of unjust laws and unfair message-borne moderation. And I, Lord Bedlum, am the proud owner of a groinal defense cup. Yes, that's right, foul oppressor. Your devious stratagems can no longer affect me.
At least it means he's learned from last time.
In fact, with my newly fortified, locally sourced, and aggressively trademarked Chaos Armor, your inferior energy beams stand no hope of piercing my defenses. For I, Lord Bedlum, am...
Without a word, Nova casually fires a blast at one of the Lord Bedlum's horns, spinning his helmet backwards around.
Ah, you coward! What have you done? Where are you? Coward! Heathen! Fiend!
At least it's not like a one part of the suit, so it doesn't just hurt him, I guess.
Someone get this thing turned around! Where's that new girl? Kara! Kylie! Katrina! Get this stupid thing turned around!
He really doesn't know, does he?
He's got his own hands. So only now, while editing, I realise that Lord Bedlum meant Kate, as in the fake identity that Shining Nova took on while pretending to work for him. Yeah.
Not a clue. Come on, let's get out of here before he forgets that I'm a traitor and starts yelling for me next.
With our paths cleared, only one single path, Nova and I would start forward down the hall, leaving Lord Bedlum wandering blindly in our wake. By the time he's out of earshot, there's nothing but an empty hallway ahead of us. guess that was the bulk of the reinforcements. Maybe now that we're past them, we have a clear path to the supercomputer room.
Alpha team? Nova? Nova, come in. It's Dynamo.
Did you run when you should have, but you didn't?
I read you. What's wrong? Tell me you're not still engaged.
Yes, call off the wedding.
No, I'm not. I pulled out a minute ago.
Risky business.
Good. I take it that means she's headed our way?
Even worse business, I guess.
Probably, but also, you should know I'm bleeding a little. I don't know how, but she actually cut me.
Please have both, arms and legs when we next meet.
What? Since when can she... Never mind. Just tell me you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I got it while I was retreating, actually. Something didn't feel right, and, well, if you hadn't told me to fall back, it could have been a lot worse.
Well, just say you've got both limbs, both bipedal and both arms.
Just do me a favor and step on the accelerator a little. Throw Sunshine over your shoulder if you have to. She's not screwing around here.
No one is.
Yeah, I figured she might be past the stage of playing with her food. I'll be careful, but you go get yourself patched up ASAP, and don't rush it. An EMT isn't exactly equipped for someone like you.
I hear myself gulp as Nova signs off. Nothing like someone who can shrug off a mortar shells telling you to be careful to make the old sphincter clench. Hopefully, we have enough of a head start. We clearly do not. Of course, as soon as that thought crosses my mind, a door opens right next to me, and I let out a yelp, and both Nova and I whirl around. Dave?
Phew! All this stress is really doing a number on me. Maybe I should...
Dave stops dead, the locker room still open behind him.
Oh, hey, Dave.
Hey, Stan.
Oh, he remembers us. That's
You
good.
remember Shining Nova, don't you?
What's up?
We've met briefly, yes.
Okay, cool. So we kind of have places to be, but great seeing you. Really great. And if you want my opinion, it's probably all the baloney. You should try changing up your diet.
Stan, not now.
Right, yeah. Like I said, big hurry. Catch you later, though. You look great.
I'm surprised he's not excited to see us. He's more confused than anything. I turned to go, hoping that he would make us his usual fuss.
Found you.
Damn it, I knew it. Wait, that didn't sound like Dave. That didn't sound like Dave at all.
Down now!
Just as I expected. You'll put up more of a fight in that turtle shell of yours, won't you?
Are we in the... That's a neat pose for Madame Scorpion. With a groan, I feel myself off the floor. My uniform is coated in dust and I'm surrounded by debris. If Victoria hadn't been so quick to scoop me up and dive into the locker room, I thought this was the restroom. I might be buried beneath the rubble. My eyes landed on a shock of blonde hair sticking out from the rubble. Guess Dave wasn't so lucky. Not his fault, Scorpion slashed an entire wall to pieces. The locker room is now permanently adjoined to the hallway. And stepping through the giant hole where the door used to be is none other than Madame Scorpion herself. Cutting and imposing figure, standing across from her somehow, even Shining Nova's armor seems small.
I'm not here just to put up a fight, Scorpion. I'm here to put you down.
Are you now? I find that hard to believe considering your tactics. Did you honestly think that petulant child had any chance of stalling me for more than a heartbeat?
I mean, she kind of did.
And you actually brought dear Stanley along with you as well? It reeks of desperation.
I mean, desperate time, desperate measures.
Don't tell me you and he are.
My,
you are desperate in every sense. I knew you had a penchant for broken toys, but not like that. Oh, honey, this explains so much.
You don't know anything about me or him. But go ahead, keep calling me honey. See what smoking crater that lands you on.
Really? Must we continue to trade barbs like common costumed barbarians? Come now, you're better than that. We both are.
Then why don't we talk this out if we're not barbarians?
See, look, I'm deactivating my weapon. Let's have a little chat, Like professionals?
I know that I just asked for this, but I'm regretting it immediately.
What exactly do you think there is to chat about?
What she's probably planning.
Besides how hopeless your little lost cause is, you mean? Well, there's the matter of what your cause actually is, for one. What about my pet project warrants such a swift and violent reprisal?
I mean, on the surface, she has a point, but we know about her ability to maintain information, so...
I take it by a pet project you're referring to the petabytes worth of private data you stole?
Is that the problem? My method of acquisition? Surely you're joking. The corporations that owned that data stole it in the first place. Or do you think I'd have been more justified if I made them ticket terms of service box first? Don't be so naive. You're smarter than that.
I mean, that's true. People don't read the terms and services, so they just click, and they could be signing up to anything.
But those companies aren't plugging that data directly into their goddamn brain just to serve their own twisted ends. There are rules, regulations.
Are we sure they're not doing that?
Oh, please. In principle, that's exactly what they're doing. The only differences are that I can do so by myself instead of hiring a whole division, and I'm not masking my intentions. I'm much more honest, really.
That is true. That's how... I think it was a Jack Sparrow quote, where it's obviously... The good people are going to do something stupid. Bad people are more honest, even if they're about being honest about being dishonest.
So why go through all this trouble? Especially when your odds of victory are dwindling so quickly. Even if by some miracle you succeeded, someone else will try the exact same thing. Just less elegantly.
Probably true.
Why? You mean aside from the wanton violence and senseless murder?
Well, there is that. But must we get hung up on technicalities?
Yes, I guess.
I'm afraid we must.
It's the difference between you and the companies, right?
Very well. In that case, I have a confession. Even if you decided to flee, I was going to kill you anyway.
That is good art. Madame Scorpion bursts forward with death in her eyes and a bloodthirsty grin on her face. Her blade drags her behind her, melting a red-hot line in the ground as she streaks towards her prey, like the trail of missiles. Nova's left arm snaps up and fires, forcing the supervillain to dodge by leaping to the side. Briefly, Scorpion runs along the lockers that line the wall, slicing them in two as she goes until Nova fires once more. This time she doesn't bother dodging, instead she swings her sword to deflect the beam, sending it careening to the side as she pushes off the wall to leap right at Nova. I shield my eyes as the blast goes off. Damn it, this is how I go. As collateral damage. No, I've got to do something. When I try to stand, my right leg doesn't cooperate. This doesn't look like I avoided all the rubble. Frantically, I work to free my leg, occasionally glancing back at the battle happening before me. Come on. Nothing hurts, but I won't be able to help if I can't move. They're locked in deeply, spiraling. Sorry, they're looking in a deadly spiraling dance now. They were firing and retreating with bursts from her jets, and Scorpion perusing with wide, vicious slashes. It's a narrow margin, but Victoria is maintaining her distance.
Can you feel it yet? The inevitability. You can't keep this up.
That's an interesting art style, I guess, because it doesn't exactly look the same.
Speak for yourself. I've got enough fuel to cross the Pacific. This isn't even a strain.
Not on your shell, little turtle. But you'll slip soon. And when you do, I'll crack it open and rip you apart from the inside.
Okay, so it's like an endurance game. Scorpion brings the sword down diagonally, and this time it nicks the shoulder pad, sending sparks flying.
That's better. I'm getting used to you already. I had to fight that oafish friend of yours 4 times before I could predict her exactly. But with this network...
2 more slashes and 2 more nicks, this time leaving scorch marks on Nova's chest plate and right thigh.
I only need a few minutes. And that's only because there's not much usable footage of you. You're careful. I respect it.
I don't want your respect. And I don't need footage or a supercomputer to predict you.
But wait, hold on. Alright, she can't predict us, right? The Scorpion again closes the distance. Nova suddenly changes course, leaping forward towards the supervillain. Caught off guard, Scorpion's horizontal slash misses high as Nova ducks under it. And Nova swings an armored fist right into the supervillain's gut. Well, you're the first person to land a hit, I think.
You like to predict the outcome of a battle before it's over. And once you do, you talk.
Scorpion tries to bring her sword back around, but Nova stops the attack by swinging her forearm into the supervillain's wrist. Then delivering a sharp elbow to the Scorpion's temple.
And talk!
Can we go save Dave? That's an angry face. Nova spins, activating one of her thrusters and driving her foot right into Scorpion's solar plexus. The supervillain is sent hurling across the room, crashing into the sinks. They crack on impact.
It's sloppy. Arrogant. And I'm shining Nova. You don't beat me with sloppy.
I feel my leg just in time to see Nova unleash a multi-shot, volleying from both arm cannons. Except this isn't aimed at the Scorpion. It goes over her head, where it ricochets off the mirror and flies towards her exposed back. The only problem is that Scorpion blocked it, and without even looking, she just casually threw her sword over her shoulder and intercepted the blast with the flat of her blade. But now she's distracted, right?
Right you are. That's why you beat the leader of the Hellhounds with that move 563 days ago in Chicago. Except that time, you bounced it off that unsightly sculpture. Oh, don't be surprised. I said there wasn't much footage of you, not none. And now that you've shown me how you counterattack, time's up.
And now the crazy face is back. Suddenly, Scorpion spins and slashes through the sink, cutting the pipes and filling the room with a cloud of steam. The roar of Nova's thrusters quickly drown out the pipes, filling the room with heat and blowing away the steam. It's a clever move, but it's hard to appreciate as I cough and sputter.
187 days.
A red blade cuts through what's left of the mist, and while Nova manages to turn in time to take most of the blow on her shoulders, it's still she's still thrown back, sparks a bit of armor flying in her wake.
And before that, 254 days. Anytime you need to clear steam or smoke, I'd imagine. But not for your own sake. No, Stanley. This was for you. She can see just fine with that visor, but you can't. So all I had to do was faint towards you. Your lover's blood is on your hands. I want you to know that.
More arrogance. One clean hit, and you think this is over?
But isn't it?
No, because we can free our leg and then we can help. The supervillain tilts her head in Nova's direction, licks her lips, and rushes forward. The superhero tries to react, but the damaged suit moves slower than before. Scorpion flows right past its defenses and strikes. Nova is then flying towards the sink, as Scorpion it was before, but higher and faster. She doesn't simply crash through the mirror, but the entire wall. As for me, I'm frozen. Not because I don't want to help, but I need to help. But how? the fight has been so fast and intense that just spectating has been tough, much less participating. But as Scorpion shoots me a predatory grin and stalks towards Nova, I realise that I do have something. I don't know if it'll work, but it probably won't. But now is the time to try. Scorpion's half a room away, and she hasn't reached Nova yet. Maybe I can still get between them, or attack her from behind. She's a lot faster than I am, though, so my new cannon may have a better chance. She blocks the things from the, what we'll call it. What can I do? Because like, obviously we're stuck, so we can't charge. Naturally I think I would shoot, but I don't think that's the best thing. So I'm gonna quickly save because this is a good image. Huh? I'm confused. I'm writing that. I don't know what it is. So yeah, use the shield. I may not be able to keep up with Scorpion, but Shining Nova made the shield. If I can get between that sword and Nova, I can probably stop her. Without hesitation, I sprint towards quickly spinning the activation code in my shield as I run. I can make it. She's not too far, I can make it. Madam Scorpion doesn't bother increasing her pace or even turning as I skid and halt, turning my shield to face her. Only to find that she's already spun past me, grabbing hold of my collar as she goes, "Back grab."
That's new. I didn't expect her to give you a tool as advanced as that. But that's not how you play a trump card, Stanley. Not at all.
I did get a chance to rectify my mistake before I can react. I'm flying through the air, tossed aside like so much garbage. I flail wildly, try to control my landing, but the impact drives the air from my lungs nonetheless. Leave me gasping for breath as I struggle to my knees.
Was that all you could muster? How disappointing. You fared much better against Shining Nova. While it's not a surprise to see you regress now that you keep her company, it still seems like such a waste.
I pull myself to my knees and raise my head to the side of Scorpion, stalking towards me once again. She's moving slower this time, step by step, savoring the moments before the kill.
Oh, Stanley. We could have had a moment, you and I. One you'd have never forgotten. I know you wanted it.
Is she hinting at something that we may not enjoy, that she thinks she may have enjoyed? She lets the tip of her sword dance along the ground, sizzling in smoke as she bites her lower lip, considering the possibility, but the thought she soon passes it with a sigh.
Yet you left it ignored. A surprise, but hardly a tragedy. I'll just bask in the pleasure I get from your dismemberment instead. You understand. It was never personal either way.
Oh, no, I don't understand. I understand you enjoying killing us, but not enjoying the other option, I'll say. How can you be angry over that and not call it not personal? She leveled her blade at my throat.
But take these last seconds to imagine where you could be instead. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, oh, again.
Now collapse into nothing. Shining Mirage!
And you called me sloppy. 382 days ago, you... Wait. That's not...
I wasn't able to count the number of weapons that emerged from Shining Nova's armor before she fired them, much less keep track of the projectiles as they lit up the room in a blinding burst of destructive energy. I try to get to cover, but I can barely make it a foot before I'm scooped up with a pair of metal arms.
Tuck your head and hang on.
Man, I just, honestly, I'm just more concerned if Dave's okay. He was underneath the first set of rubble. When I get my bearings, we're back in the hallway, or what's left of it. The anxiety section behind us has collapsed. Luckily, Victoria got us out in time, along with a familiar and unconscious blonde henchman. Hooray! As she sets me down and lets Dave's prone form drop to the floor, sparks fly from the gash in the suit's shoulder.
Damn it. You alright?
Better than you doing. How are you? I pat myself down. Incredibly, it seems to be still intact. I'm not even bleeding. I glance down to Dave. He's got a few scrapes, but his chest is rising and falling peacefully. I can't believe she was able to snag both of us.
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
I think I'm okay. Kepler's just spazzing out a little. If I can disable the arm. There. That'll keep things from getting worse until I can make a field repair.
Her helmet swivels and to get a lay of the land before falling on one of the nearby security cameras.
Is there somewhere nearby where you're certain there's no surveillance? Normally, I'd just disable the cameras, but with her, I don't want to risk it.
Right, on it. Let's see. Dorms are nearby. I know at least my room is clean. I triple-check that sucker annually. If we're here, then it should be this way. Come on.
Are we bringing Dave? Once again, we find ourselves navigating the endless, twisting hallways and corridors. Nice. Lord Bedlum's fortress, moving carefully to avoid any patrols that might be lurking about. While Nova could still probably take out any henchman that gets in our way, it's not worth the risk causing even more damage in the process. We need to get it patched up as soon as possible. As we move, it occurs to me that this will be the last time I wander these halls. The last time where I used an old grease stain as a landmark while figuring out which direction I need to turn. Honestly, I won't miss it.
Okay, we should be getting close. If we make a right up here, then...
I start around the corner but freeze. There's a squad of henchmen just up ahead. Quickly I backpedal until I'm out of sight. The motion for Victoria to stop.
Carts? Were you spotted?
Obviously not. Why would we go back to you if we were?
No, I don't think so.
Cautiously, I poke my head back around the corner. I don't recognize any of the faces. No, wait. These guys all came the same day as Victoria. They're gig henchmen from the Henchman app.
Can we avoid them?
Not easily. We'd waste 20 minutes looping around. But I might be able to get rid of them. These are new guys, so they may not know my face.
Alright, give it a shot. I'll cover you.
I nod and take a deep breath to prepare myself. They run around the corner, yelling and flailing my arms like a maniac.
Hey! Hey, you guys!
The henchmen turn in my direction. None of them go for their weapons, so it looks like they don't recognize me after all. Now I just need to get them to leave. I'm so tempted to call out for the cupcakes. So tempted. I'll do it.
There's free cupcakes in the East break room! There was a birthday today, but since the intrusion interrupted the morning announcements, no one knows about it. Hurry, grab as many as you can!
The other henchmen all glance at each other suspiciously, and then they probably bolt in the other direction, shoving and jockeying for position.
I can't believe that worked.
I can, and I'm glad it did.
Really? You just saw our cafeteria this morning.
Okay, that's fair. Good thinking. Now let's... Damn it.
I rush up to Victoria as she doubles over, doing my best to prop her up, despite her heavy armor.
What happened? Are you hurt?
No. Well, nothing serious. I'll be better if I can get out of this thing soon, though. How far away are we?
Not far. Hang on.
I place my guiding hand on Nova's undamaged shoulder, and then start leading her in the direction of my room. The door of my room slides open, and I let out a sigh of relief. My old code still works, thank goodness. Looks like someone forgot to report my betrayal to HR. Once Shining Nova and I both are inside, I close the door behind us and engage the locking mechanism. Though mostly for my own personal peace of mind, not like it would stop Madame Scorpion if she knew we were here.
Okay, we should be good.
I turn to Nova in time to see her finish up her own sweep of the room. which I honestly expected. No matter how thorough my own checks were, I don't have the high-tech visor with 18 different types of vision.
Yeah, checks out. Good thinking.
With our privacy assured, she turns her attention to the damaged suit. Prodding at the mauled shoulder plate with her working arm.
Not as bad as I feared. Made it a little worse with that last move, but I can patch it up.
Okay.
That's good. I won't lie, I was a little worried you were going to take us all out with that stunt. What did you call it? The shining eat shit and die attack?
As I speak, the Shining Nova suit opens up and Victoria steps out. After taking a moment to roll her shoulder and wipe the sweat from her brow, she laughs and shakes her head.
Oh, that? The shining barrage?
Fire everything at once.
Yeah, that one. I've got to admit, I didn't peg you for the type to call out your big attacks like that. Doesn't seem very tactical to tell your enemy what you're doing.
Yep.
You're right. It wouldn't be. If it were actually what I was doing at all. See, sometimes when I know there's someone filming, I'll just make up a special move on the spot and never use it again.
Makes sense.
Then, when I'm up against a supervillain who does their homework, I'll call out the same name, but do something completely different. It's a perfect counter for someone like Scorpion.
Yep. Yeah, it, gets past their ego. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this, because I have. Didn't think we'd survive Madame Scorpion, honestly. I thought we'd get some form of game over. And Dave's alive still. So, hopefully you've enjoyed, and hopefully I can see you in the next one. With that, goodbye.